Hey guys, Jordan, Complete Off-Road Power Sports. I am making a video about some common issues I've had here lately with machines coming in. This right here is a 17 General 1000, and this guy's got a water induction problem and ended up killing his motor. So I wanted to show you a couple things real fast, kind of explain some things to y'all so that way maybe y'all can avoid the same problem. This is fairly common on a handful of models. There's a handful of Ranger models that do this. The General does it. The Honda Pioneers have this. So they actually have a snorkel induction system that starts off up here underneath the hood, and then they actually lead back down under through the tunnel for the drive shaft and up here, and they come up to the airbox. And what people don't realize is that route that they take that goes through there, when you drive through the water, and let's say you get, hood deep, like this machine right here has, you can see all the water where the dirt and stuff built up and where the water settled. If you get water in this tube, you may actually be able to drive for a little while, and you may make it several miles or maybe even a whole ride if you're not really romping it hard, because what ends up happening is that water travels from up there in the hood down to here, that hits a low lying spot, and all that water will sit in a low spot, and you don't find out until you go full throttle that there's water in that tube. And what ends up happening is when you bark on it and all that water sloshes back and it sucks it up, it'll actually go through the airbox, through the air filter, straight in your motor, through the throttle body and the intake system, and it blows it up. It'll tear it up pretty bad. And this guy right here is just an example of that. Had this exact same problem. It's becoming more and more aware to me that I need to make this video. Hopefully I can catch a couple of you guys before I'll do that. Maybe y'all be aware that if you have a machine that snorkels factory style to the front through the floor pan, then if you get the system under the get water above the hood in the front, you need to disassemble your induction system and either blow the water out, suck the water out with a shop vac, something to get that everything that's condensed in the bottom of that tube out of there, because you can easily hold half a gallon of water in that tube and not even know it, and you may not even suck up enough to even worry about, as long as you're going part throttle and you're not actually going fast. But I mean, as soon as you go fast, it's going to do it. It's going to find a path. It's going to get in the motor and it's going to tear it up. And this is an example of where simple oversight or just a lack of knowledge is going to cost this bigger customer a lot of money, because now we have to replace the motor. So that's just something I wanted to touch base with you guys, let y'all know about, and remind y'all that is something that's critical and not to be overlooked. If you drive through deep water, always check all your stuff. Make sure your belt box is dry. Make sure your oil doesn't have water in it. Make sure that your differentials don't have water in them. Make sure your intake tubes don't have water in them. Unless you just want to be really close friends with me and spend a lot of money getting a lot of stuff fixed, because that's what 90% of people do, or maybe even more, and they end up spending a lot of money that's totally unnecessary, when all it took was just a simple glance over and some preventive maintenance, and just said, hey, maybe I got water in there, I should probably double check before I ride it again. That's just a thought. If you need to get a hold of us, y'all know how. 903-989-2121. If you tear up your stuff like this, call us. We'll take care of it. We'll make it easy, and we'll take all the guesswork out of it. So feel free to ring us. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Just type in Complete Off-Road Power Sports on Google. You'll find us. Thank you much.